This June, members of the public got the chance to go behind the scenes at one of Ireland's leading cancer research facilities, at the Trinity Translational Medicine Institute. Situated in the grounds of St James Hospital, cutting-edge cancer research happens here, with the input of the clinicians and patients in the hospital. Guests first arrived for tea and coffee before moving into the Durkin Theatre. Opening the event was Professor Jacintha O'Sullivan, who welcomed everyone before Professor Aideen Long and Professor Maeve Lowry spoke about the importance and focus of the research taking place there. Next, researchers undertaking their PhDs provided quick presentations on their projects. The behind-the-scenes tour then began in earnest, with the first stop being the tissue culture laboratory, with an explanation of tissue culture. Guests were shown what cancer cells look like under a microscope and how cancer cells are grown in the lab.
Now, this obviously isn't a human body, but we are very lucky to get patient samples from the hospital as well. So we can kind of take all that information together and see, well, is there common features between these and what we see in the patient samples? And then hopefully that can lead to us having information to design new treatment approaches. 4 of us here are funded by Breakthrough Cancer Research, so without that money we can't do work like this.
In the immunohistochemistry and gene array space, we found out how scientists are looking at what's happening in the cancer tumours, both within the tissues and down into the genes. The importance of patient samples and tissue banking was really on show here.
So we're able to take very, very thin slices through it, and with that we can make slides to look at under the microscope, but we can also take very thin slices to look for proteins and for RNA and DNA for our other experiments.
The Hypoxia Seahorse Room was our next stop on the tour, where scientists showed the type of equipment they have to mimic the conditions of the body, like the low oxygen environment in a tumour. They also replicate modern treatments like radiation, so they can see how to overcome resistance or improve efficacy. We also got to see how cells, tissue and fat taken directly from patients during surgery can be grown together in the lab, so researchers can look at what influences cancer growth and cancer treatment. We then headed to see some of the cutting-edge diagnostics to meet scientists using tools like flow cytometry and see where they uncover secrets on how cancers can resist treatment or find ways to unleash the immune system at the cancer.
This is a cytometer here, and that's another one over there. So that was bought with 50% charity money, and we wouldn't be able to get it obviously without that.
At our final stop on the tour, we looked at the impact of human physiology on cancer development and treatment, speaking to those who study the impact of aging in the body and on cancer development. Finally, to close out the event, people could chat to researchers about their groundbreaking work and some of their exciting results and findings. Guests, many of whom help raise funds for cancer research, were more inspired and hopeful for the future after their visit.